What's up, everybody? Nikolai Puchlov here of Pro Kettlebell, sharing my top 9 doubles kettlebell exercises. And starting off with number 9, we have gunslingers. So a gunslinger is going to be a swing that we're going to do on the outside of the body, and it's going to be like you're holstering those 2 pistols. You're going to take your 2 kettlebells, swing them on the side of the body, and then row them back with those elbows nice and tight to those lats. It's going to work those biceps, your legs, your erectors. But primarily I throw the gunslingers in when I'm looking for a really dynamic bicep exercise. Number 8 is going to be rack squats. So you'll take your kettlebells into the rack position. Put your feet where you like them to squat, and it's simple as that. You're going to squat from that rack position, nice and deep, all the way down, all the way up. And it forces you to have to really pick those elbows up. It makes you work hard with those erectors to keep the chest up, and it's really going to put a little bit more emphasis on those quads with the rack squat. Number 7, kettlebell burpees. What's better than a burpee? A kettlebell burpee. I guarantee it. So you're going to take your kettlebells. I like to stand inside of them like so. You're going to drop down, hands on the kettlebell, perform a push-up, back to your feet, stand up, and repeat. So it's going to be down, out, push up, back to your feet, stand up, and repeat. I love those kettlebell burpees. They get your heart rate going. It's a full body exercise. You're getting your chest, your shoulders, your core, your legs, your abs, your erectors, the whole meal deal. I love kettlebell burpees. Number 6, when you want a good shoulder, tricep workout, why not alternating press? Okay, take those 2 kettlebells into the rack position. This is where you get a little bit of rest. Press on the right, back down to the rack, press on the left. Okay, I make sure I get as full a range of motion as possible, and then fixate the bell at that top so I can really have to utilize those stabilizer muscles to keep that bell nice and still overhead. And then of course, when you're in that rack position, keeping that arm nice and tight to your body, you'll get a little bit of rest. Okay, so I've got kettlebell push-ups. It just allows you to get a little bit deeper than your normal push-ups. So you take those kettlebells, depending on how you're doing them, if you want them more to hit the triceps, keep them closer together. If you want them more conventional, just put them at their normal width. If you really want to work those shoulders and really open up that chest, put them out wider. I'll put them at conventional width here. Hands on top. This really helps to condition the hands too for kettlebell sport if you're into that. And then we just want to come down nice and deep, open up that chest, then all the way up. All the way up, all the way down. Half reps make half muscles. You want to make it for the tricep, bring them in a little tighter, keep those elbows tight to your ribs, down and up, where you really want to open up that chest, come out a bit wider, down and up. Same thing. Number 4, renegade rows. Again, we're planking on top of those kettlebells. All right, now we're going to be working our biceps, our lats. Okay, so you're planking on top. The closer your feet, the harder this is. The wider they are, the easier it is. Keeping the back nice and straight. Row, keep it under control, squeeze at the top, and alternate. And alternate. Not only are you working those shoulders and triceps to plank, but you're also getting all the benefits of a plank, really working that core. And because your body wants to twist as you row, your obliques have to work really hard to counter that rotation. And then you get that little bicep pump and lat pump as well. So that's renegade rows number 4. Number 3, simple, the cleans, kettlebell cleans. You got to stand wide enough to get these babies between your legs. The kettlebell clean is just a posterior killer, okay? It's really gonna beef up your glutes, your hamstrings, your erectors. You get some biceps in there. If you're going really heavy, you'll get a little bit of a shrug for those traps. But it's basically just a swing that you catch here in the rack position. It's almost like a dynamic deadlift. You're getting all the benefits of a deadlift, but you're also getting some cardio in there as well. So I love the kettlebell clings. And then number 2, doubles exercise. Well, kettlebell cleans are great. How do I make it better? I add a jerk with it, all right? For long cycle. Number 2 is long cycle. All long cycle is a clean plus a jerk, okay? Sometimes they just call it clean and jerk. So you perform one clean to the rack position. Make sure the knees are straight before you start that jerk. Hop it and drop it. Under squat, stand it up in the lockout position. That's 1 rep. And you drop it down to the rack. Clean it again. They don't get much more full body than long cycle. You're gonna get an aerobic workout. You're gonna get an anaerobic workout. You're getting your quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, abs, obliques, shoulders, triceps. Pretty much it's a full body workout in its own. If you could only do one exercise, if you're on a deserted island with two kettlebells, probably long cycle would be one of your go-tos as far as staying in great shape. But the number 1, and this fluctuates back and forth, long cycle, number 2, number 1 sometimes, but right now I'm really loving that double half snatch. Seeing a lot of people doing it on social media right now. Just make sure, if you're gonna do double half snatch, make sure your single half snatch is pretty darn good, okay? Because there is a little bit of, there's some risk involved in double half snatch. We sort of minimize that risk a little bit by bringing it down to the rack after you snatch it, but that acceleration phase can be a little bit tricky if you're not used to the snatch movement. So, very similar to the long cycle, stance is wide enough to allow these kettlebells to go between your legs. You're gonna hike it back nice and high, big acceleration pull, and then quickly insert those hands when they're at about 10 o'clock and lock them out in that fixated position overhead. Like so. Then back down to the rack. And that's the half snatch portion of it, is bringing it down to the rack. And that would be my number 1 doubles kettlebell exercise. Let me know what you think. Let me know what's your favorite doubles kettlebell exercises. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Bye.